Hi again. My name is Dr. Regina Jordan Sodiq. I usually say Dr. Regina Sodiq. Um, as I refer to myself on TikTok, I will give you both maiden name and marriage name because when I was in going through the program at the military base Great Lakes, Illinois, that supervisor, when they were harassing me there, asked who was she talking to? And I replied, Jordan. I was irritated at the time, irritated at what I was being put through, also confused, also disbelief. Every time something happens, every place I go to work, and for her to ask that particular question, who was she talking to? I wasn't thinking at that time. It didn't occur to me at that moment. When something is happening to you and it's been happening to you repeatedly, it gets you in a certain state of mind. So at that moment in time, it didn't occur to me how she asked the question. I was an employee there. I had already been through the NEO training, new employment orientation. I already completed the training. I had begun working at my job. They had began harassing me. She knew who she was talking to. I was there working. She was my supervisor. She knew who she was talking to. That isn't what she was referring to. It has been shown to me now. She wanted to know the entity she was talking to, the time she was talking to, the entity at a particular time when who she was talking to, because this house wasn't built yet. This house was built in 2014, so it's supposed to have been. I worked at Great Lakes, Illinois, 2011 to 2012, not even a year, 11 months. She was trying to see what time, what entity, at what time she was talking to. Because they knew what I knew not. Like I said, that was before this house was built. Long before this house was built. Long before Tamir Rice. Long before then. If I know about Tamir Rice, I also know who is that person that's on Sweetie Pie. the individual that went to prison. Like I said, I know things that I don't want to know. But since I do, let's continue. As I said, I would be discussing the post that I've made on my community wall. Not only will I be discussing that, I said about the legal issues, right? And else did I say? I'm supposed to be discussing something else. Hmm. Well, as I discuss, um, I'll go down my community wall. Maybe I'll come across what I said. Okay. I would also be discussing why I am blocking. Some of you have been calling my number. When I first moved here, you were calling my number nonstop. When I had the previous number, the 917, that's that's a New York. I changed that number. And the reason why you people were calling it so much, that was during the time when I was applying to jobs off of the USA job boards. And that was during the time when you guys were having a good old time mocking me during the job interviews and tag teaming back to back from the job interviews that I did do versus the ones that completely disregarded my job application completely and said I didn't get the job at all and said that someone else was more qualified. That's the reason why you do not have that 917 number to call again. And I know where else that you were using that 917 number too. And the number that I do put on these papers like these that I sent out, this one's sent out to the security office of Travis Air Force Base Commissary. Has my number on it. Don't bother calling. It also has my address on it. It has my email. You can send it to there. Over the years, all the complaints that I made, tried to do, no, not tried to do. That was the guidelines that you people set up, the legal methods in order that you must follow if you have a complaint of any kind. These are the guidelines. These are the offices, the Equal Employment Office. But I put on my community wall post that I came across that is called something else now or something. or during the time when I was going through everything I was going through, it was the equal employment opportunity. But I have a theory on that. As I said before, some reason when I see the term Mandela effect, where it's supposed to be a mass amount of people are supposed to have a certain type of amnesia or something where they remember a specific event in a certain way during a certain time or something to that effect. I'm not sure if that is the case or if it's the case of it all depends on the information that you're giving during that particular time and in the area where you're being raised. If you're being raised in an area where you have your computer, like I have my computer, you have your phone, like I have my phone, but unbeknownst to you, your information, your calls are being directed to the very individuals who are attacking you, who are harassing you, who are gang stalking you, who are intimidating you in order to control you. As I mentioned before, I found out when I was having the issues that I was having, and I was trying to locate the main number for Fort Campbell military base for the main exchange, because I had tried to apply for a job there when I was turned down for the medical technician position. I went there face to face for that position after being denied a lot of times. Then they finally decided, okay, let's give an interview. You mocked me then. The Caucasian woman, 32-ounce strength. You laughed when you said it. I didn't know at the time what that meant. That was long before it really got very intense with the humiliation and intimidation tactics that you people used against me. But you knew. You knew. You knew the reason why I was always being denied when I put in job applications to Fort Campbell, which is just right up the road from Clarksville, Tennessee, if anybody knows where Clarksville, Tennessee is, and the Fort Campbell military base. You know that it's right up the road. So why wouldn't I very well qualified to work as a laboratory technician? Why wouldn't I? If the job position was open and I go in an interview and I have worked as a laboratory technician, I have the license as a medical technologist, I have the certification as an AMT. I worked in my practice. Very well qualified. Very convenient. Clarksville, Tennessee, Fort Campbell Military Base. Open. Not even a GS9, a GS7 position. Denied, 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 until one day you guys, okay, we'll give you an interview. And you just sat there and mocked me, laughed at me, cracked jokes, had a good old time. Did I get the job? Apparently I did not. Apparently I did not get that job. I got humiliated, though, according to what you guys think or wanted to accomplish. Right? So, from what I understand, as I've been researching this thing called gang stalking, the intimidation tactics that you use, the assault on your financial, social, mental, educational, familial, family, all aspects of a person's life, you people assault. And not only do you go after those areas of a person's livelihood, you also very aggressively try to ensure that they never make it through the tactics that you're putting those people through, including myself. And when I say the Creator knows what I knew not, I can't express that enough. I can't express that enough. Because all those years, I am battling what you people have tried to do to say I was mentally incompetent. I'm going back and forth, in and out of court, back and forth, writing the board of a veterans appeals, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And still, in the same process, still putting in job applications and going to job interviews just to be more ridiculed, more humiliated. And not knowing why at all. Not knowing. And all during those times, I'm fighting against Social Security. I'm fighting to prove I am not what these people say that I am. I was successful with the Board of Veterans Appeals, not because I did all the work and went to court and was denied until I actually had to pay an attorney to do the same thing that I had already done. That was it. Do the same thing that I had already done to get out of that incompetent situation. If you people were successful with what you were trying to do, I would have been another one of the tragedies that I keep hearing about, these homeless people, and no one knows what was done to them. I would have been one of those tragedies. But as stubborn as I am, the Creator still knows all. So He allowed you people to continue to harass me, intimidate me, ridicule me, frustrate me, to either I quit or you people fired me. And during those times, I did not know. All I did was experience what I was experiencing and the heartbreak, what I was going through, the disappointment, the anxiety, the stress. And of course, it leaked into my son, who was small during that time. Oh, y'all had a good time on him, too. If you read my community wall post, you'll see what he was being put through as y'all were working on me. Y'all had a good time. So as I was saying, if you people would have succeeded, which you did, times that I gave up, I quit. Other times you got what you wanted out of the actions or maltreatment enough to fire me. In other words, each and every situation, something was kept in place so that myself and my son wouldn't be out on the street. Even if I had, which I have, had to stay in hotels until I found an apartment. Still putting in job applications, still taking my son to child care, still doing what I thought I was supposed to be doing. But then, during all that time, I was just still going through, not understanding exactly what I was going through, why I was going through it, and what all was directing my life and how it all was being orchestrated. I never knew anything about no gang stalking at all. I just thought it was regular life. But the harassment, the ridicule, the intimidation, it was getting too good for you people that y'all began to not covertly do it. You started doing it out in the open. But you always had your little cliques to do it with. So it was always a group against one. And when that wasn't enough for you, you moved it into inside of my actual home. With my son and my ex-husband. Because you knew you couldn't get to me. And I told them that too. I told my son that, and I told my ex-husband that. They knew they could not get to me, but both of them could. Family, someone close to you. You will see a stranger coming, and you will have your guards up, more so than you will have your guards up towards your own child or towards your own husband, or if you're thinking that way. At least that's how I think. At least that's how I thought. Until I was going through what I was going through and not understanding why I was going through it, not understanding what I was looking at, not understanding what I was being shown, not understanding anything that I was being led to see, being led to hear, being led to experience. Like I said, I never knew gang stalking. I didn't know anything about it. I had to learn about it. The VA Office of Inspector General. Let me go back to my and another thing. When I look at the views on my videos, there is no comparison to the amount of individuals that I see that are speaking about my life, my intellectual property, what I put on my books, this and that and that and the other. That being said, there are more people viewing my lives in Nigeria than what I'm seeing being viewed here in the USA. That being said, I was supposed to have been listed, the location when I go on live, listed in Nigeria. But yet when I experience any altercation with the Nigerian husband I had, it seemed quite odd that the USA people would be telling about it and commenting about it and having commentary about what was going on when I was there. So more research goes into what's considered gang stalking, illegal surveillance, and other things that I was experiencing there, other intimidation practices. That would explain a lot of why there was always a problem accessing my husband's phone when he would be speaking to someone in another language, or he will call someone before attacking me or after attacking me. It makes a lot of sense. It also makes a lot of sense, the characters that I'm looking at on these YouTube channels. And how they're connected to this family that I have here. I also mentioned that on my community post. And when I said that I was shown things that I didn't want to see, I was shown how you people are connected to myself and my family here. And that will also be another reason why all those altercations, all those attacks on me by him. And immediately, just like that, you people were talking about it. What is today, the 20th? Another reason why I'm not answering you people's phones. I'll call you something else. I'll call you something else on the community wall. I won't say that this time. This time we're talking. Another reason why I want to answer you people's phones, because y'all play too damn much. You do. You play it entirely too damn much with me. So, since I don't know who I'm talking to on the phone, it can be anyone. And it really didn't help when I was having job interviews on Zoom, since y'all played then too. Ridiculed, had a good old time laughing and anything that you wanted to do on Zoom. And then the other person, the supervisor, she just up and damn well left. So that our other minions in the damn laboratory for the interview can take over and then try to do their BS and try to ridicule, intimidate, all that kind of stuff. So that is another reason why I'm not answering any phone calls. You can see me in person. You can see me in court. Yeah, that's about it. See me in person or see me in court. Or like I said, when I sent you people the letters, you have my email address there. You have my home address there. Unless you have any problems putting things in writing, go for it. But you won't be playing on the phone with me anymore. You don't get that. We're not going to go on the Zoom so y'all can pretend and play and do all. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that at all. See me in person. See me in court, where everything is documented. Everything is documented. And it's no more behind closed doors. It's no more sitting in my house on Zoom. It's no more where you people can play in my face. No more. No more knowing what's going on and just using me to get to where you're trying to go. And I suggest the supervisors that I had, when I was working as a health technician at Great Lakes military base, especially the Caucasian woman. I don't feel like looking up her name. The one who took me to her office when I was making complaints And at the end, the next thing I know, I'm getting all drowsy from whatever she was doing or saying or what took place in that office. I don't know. But after I was told to carry a container to one of the disabled veterans that I was assigned to, each health technician was assigned to a particular resident, although we were responsible for cleaning the areas and assisting the other able veterans. We were assigned to a specific one. So whatever she did to me, she was promoted to what? Head nurse of the whole region. See, I didn't know, but apparently it's very profitable when you gang stalk and intimidate somebody to trying to get their blessings, their life, their livelihood, and any and everything in between. I see it's very profitable. I just chose not to do it, apparently. So like I said, whatever you people were trying to put me through, that's what you put me through. And if it was up to me, I'll still be fighting you for saying that that's not who I am. I didn't know your end result was for me to be actually homeless. Me to be out on the street with nothing. Although now that I have actually sat down and said, let's review. Let's go back decades and decades and decades and decades and decades. Let's review. And as I review, I see how you people systematically tried to destroy my life. As I was trying to, I'm not going to get onto these neighbors that are surrounding me. I already know about them. Everything that I tried to accomplish in my life, you people have just systematically tried to destroy it. What they say, being on the wrong tracks, side tracks of the town. I don't, the wrong side tracks of the town, something like that. In other words, from what I'm being told and shown, you people have been doing this for a very long time. So when I moved into this house in 2014, before the other houses and things were being built, you people already knew what was going to be transpiring. And there is no the disabled veterans' homes. You built them as a mirror reflection of each other. Granted, I'll give that I was green. I didn't know. You built it as a mirror reflection of each other. At the time, I did not know. I did not know what that meant. I just thought, okay, you have buildings that reflected each other. One was a exact opposite of the other building, although it would be like a mirror reflection, one in front of the other, like a mirror reflection. Everything on this side would be the total opposite on that side, yet the both places were exactly the same. Who knew? Who knew? Who knew how far the occult goes? If you're not into the occult, no, you're into going to school. You're into, oh, okay, well, if you want to do a research topic, what would you want to do a research topic? You have any and everything in the world to use your imagination. Or if they give you a topic, okay, then you go and explore. From there, they see what your desires are, your intentions are, your potential to be in life. And say someone, such as myself, went outside the norm and wanted to talk about crystals, wanted to chakras, wanted to do a speech about that. Something that's not typical, 19 what? When did I graduate? In 89? Right? But for Tennessee, southern states, African American girl, wanting to do something about chakras. I can understand. So she asked me, who is she speaking to? I have a question. What was your inspiration for building disabled American veteran homes, greenhouse homes that were exact mirror opposites of each other? What was your inspiration? Who would think of something like that? Who would think of something like that? What would be the cause of the thing to actually construct? What would be the purpose of doing something like that? And how far in advance did you know that you would be building this house here in 2014? The reason why I said some of you tarot readers don't know where you get your downloads is because I was there in Nigeria with the individual where all that stuff was happening. So I know what was taking place. And I know where you were getting your downloads. And just so you Americans know, what is happening here to us is also happening there to them. But they're going through a hell of a lot worse. So it says, the Inspector General of I-Corps requests you to fill out and return the attached DA Form 1559 and call this number 253-966-0883 if you have any questions. The other one was talking about filling out a tort claim. That's T-O-R-T, tort claim. Here's another side thing for Penny Mac mortgage. If we don't settle our issues, and the main issue is the $2,525 mortgage that you are trying to help me pay for the remainder of the entirety of this loan, mortgage, house note. If we don't get that resolved, I will find another way to take you back to court. And file something towards predatory lending. I intend to do that. The reason why I put all of you people, compiled all of you people together, is because you have conveniently made it so that my funds have declined drastically. Drastically. So I can't take you people to court individually like I was trying to do because of the expenses. So I had to group you all together. But you shouldn't have any problems with that. Y'all like being grouped together against me anyway, right? Y'all like doing that. You've been doing it all my life, so why not stop now? But anyway, I didn't have the funds to take you people to court individually, so I grouped you all together. And what I can't get completed this time, rest assured, you will see me again. You'll see me again. And for that Asian woman, I'm going to get the roster. Our Veteran Hospital, blood bank section. Asian, who was supposed to be teaching me after the Caucasian woman left. You arrived. You changed the pictures of the viruses to written SOP, standard operation procedure manual wordings, and you kept standing by me to make sure you connected. I didn't know what you were doing at the time, but I kind of was being told what you were doing at the time. So now I know. I will get your name. And I will get the names of the other employees, the other rousters. From the other employment places that I worked, and where you people say, you never done anything. You never do anything. As a matter of fact, once you people get behind closed doors, even in someone's home, you never do anything, right? Not at all. Never. It's always that person's word against you and all the rest of the little clique that is involved with what you people have planned and are willing to do. Let's go with Merrick, Megan. Jordan Sadiq versus State of Tennessee et al. CC 25CV170. Service and submission notice. The Assistant Attorney General informed you that service was attempted on UMGC, University of Maryland Global Campus. And yes, they told me why all the names that I was trying to look up for me and my husband's business that I wanted to get started, the boutique, the land, my apothecary, my laboratory business, all of that. We were trying to, I know it's not now, but during that time, I was under the impression. Trying to establish a business, home, land, everything. And when I was coming up with the names of our business, what the laboratory business was going to be, what the boutique was going to be called, and the names that I suggested, that I gave to him, that, okay, thought it was all right. And then all of a sudden, I'm being showed a completely different name. Where did it come from? Out of the blue. No. I'm here in the USA, going through all kinds of problems with him. Come up with this completely different name. What is it? Just one moment. Sodi Global. Isn't that it? And I was wondering, okay, where do you get this name from? That's not what I was suggesting. That's not what I was finding out. That's not what I was trying to compose. So where you come with this name? University of Maryland Global Campus. Would you happen to know where he comes with that name? It says the Assistant Attorney General informed you that service was attempted on UMGC, and that for tort claims, TORT, you should submit a claim to the Maryland State Treasurer's Office. Alternative methods of service and information on filing claims are also provided. You know, the Creator um, I can't do anything but give praise. Because y'all are some evil ass wicked people. When I say that y'all had me where y'all wanted me, y'all had me where y'all wanted me. I was shown something by accident, I know. That's how I come across a lot of things. I think, at least I think it's an accident, but it's not an accident. I know now. I did not know it then. As I think back over all the things that you people have done to me, what I was shown as the reason why my ex-husband changed the name, I would never have known it. I would never have known how it was connected to what was being done to me and what I was going through while I was trying to do my master's. I would have never known. But I was shown how that is connected. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I think it is, because I know when I went through the medical technologist program, at Austin Peay State University, and wasn't allowed to complete that program. I was shown something during that time too that I didn't understand what I was seeing. And again, I was shown something this time too, why my ex-husband changed the name to Global. And I wouldn't have known it. I wouldn't have known it. So I'm getting a lot of research and everything about what you people have been doing to me all these years and the reasons why. I will say that much. So just in case what I'm hearing, y'all, and what I'm seeing, you people are still doing it. If you're reading my posts, you'll see that you're still doing it. I sent letters to the Inspector General of Fort Campbell, Oak Grove, Kentucky, Brooklyn VA Medical Center. I sent letters to that. Maybe I should say who I sent it to. The Inspector General, patient advocate or director, for the Brooklyn VA Medical Center, patient advocate or director for Danville Medical Center, Naval Base, Ventura County, Point Mugu, to the Inspector General, VA Civil Rights Office, Northwest Washington, D.C., Lewis McCord, Washington. That's to the Inspector General. Iowa City VA Healthcare System. That's to the patient advocate or director. Inspector General, Travis Air Force Base. What I'm being told is you people have done this to many people before. And they're also telling me that you've done it to me, which I am not understanding how. But apparently it's true, since I'm not understanding a lot of things that has transpired over the years and how they have transpired. I'm not understanding that. And I'm not understanding how I was saved from being hit by that semi truck, because I was going 80 something miles per hour or so, and that truck had to be doing the same thing. But from what I'm told, which I'm told a lot, you people have done this to me a lot. Jay Rossello, Vice President for Legal Affairs and General Counsel. That is why that being asked who was she speaking to. Asian, right? Asian. My family should get and understand why I keep referring to Asian. Just because you see black skin doesn't mean that's what's inside the person. Patient advocate or director, Captain James A. Lovell Federal Healthcare Center. So if you people say that, no, you didn't receive a letter from me, you can say anything you want to. I sent the letters. Regions Bank. I can't remember the name of the mortgage. It was United Veterans. My mortgage was sold to Penny Mac. The first house I owned here on Angeles Lane, that mortgage was United Veterans. So when they started doing what they were doing to me at that military base, they sold from the United Veterans loan to the Penny Mac loan. And during that time, when they were trying to say that I was incompetent, there wasn't a Regions Bank here. There was Kingsport, Tennessee. It wasn't a Regions Bank here. Now there's Regions Bank, AmSouth Bank, all kinds of that here now. But during the time when they were trying to do all that stuff to me and me going back and forth, in and out of court, there were no Regions Banks here. And they sold the United Veterans mortgage to the Penny Mac for this house here. And I'm being shown why they did that. That explains a lot that has been going on concerning myself and my son, and how it's attributing towards monetary gain from those who are involved with doing a lot to me. So this is the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, FDIC. The subject, the complaint against Region Bank and all its affiliates. Regions Bank was formerly AmSouth Bank. There was an AmSouth Bank here. I don't know if it's still one here or not. I am thinking the reasons why it has lasted as long as it has and my calls are being directed to certain individuals. It doesn't go outside of those who have interest in doing what they're doing to me. I kind of decided that years ago, during the times when I would be studying, preparing myself for job interviews just to be humiliated, ridiculed, and laughed at. It got to a point where I was trying to record the actual job interviews because it was happening so many times. And so many times I'm being denied any job or told that I don't qualify, and not even not even given an interview for that particular job, or even when I ask for an explanation. There is no explanation. Even when I go through I've been through so many. And that's another thing. The government jobs, you have to go through the pre-employment physical. The pre-employment physical for laboratories, you have to have a urinalysis, you have to have blood work. I had to have hearing and also my vision being tested, right? And also the actual physical examination. So, to always have to get your blood drawn time after time after time after time after time, especially if you get employed. If you look at my resume, the times that I would be working greatly decreased. That's how quickly they would begin with the harassment, intimidation at the jobs. That's why they got so amused trying to see how much I retained as far as knowledge from my laboratory, from my profession, compared to them who work daily in the laboratory, compared to I can only learn so much before they started their intimidation and harassment. So I would make it through the pre-employment, get hired, go through the training. Once I go through the training, that's where it starts. Boom, I'm out. But that doesn't stop all of what I had to do, because you have to understand, if you look at my resume, you'll see where the job positions are. They're not in Clarksville, Tennessee. They're in different states. That means that I had to be living in a hotel. I had to have transportation. If I didn't drive, then that meant that I was renting a vehicle. Renting a vehicle, living in a hotel, and trying to go to work. Mind you, whatever I was making would have to go towards paying the hotel bill and also paying off the car rental if I rented a car. Now, if I drove my own car, then I would be traveling. Across states, because like I said, they was not hiring me here. How many times did I put in my applications to Nashville Veterans Hospital? Right up there. Fort Campbell, right across there. The places that I did get, they made sure that it was way, way far away. And then if I had any obligations here, which of course this is my home, and it have to be maintained, have to be up, upkept, upkeep. I had obligations here to make sure everything's okay. So at times, I would be driving back if I could. That would be like 3 to 5 hours on the weekend. And then there were times when I was in New York, Brooklyn, when I had to fly back because my son was sick during that time or something else was going on here. And I was living in a hotel then too, trying to go to work. So, depending on the amount of time, that I existed at that job before the harassment and all the other issues arose, if I had to come back and forth to Clarksville, Tennessee, or if I was paying to live in a hotel, I would still have to find an apartment. So, if I made it through enough time that I actually found an apartment, then I would be paying for the apartment. All depending on the length of time where I was working and what I was experiencing, what I was going through. And I still had to somehow find my way back here during those times if I was able to. And like I said, there was maybe a 3 to 5 hour drive. I would have to be, especially if I was in the Bluegrass Army Base when I was there and I had to come back here for any type of emergency. It's about a 3 to 5 hour drive. This is the Federal Reserve Consumer Help, again against Regions Bank. Regions Bank is the where the Department of Veteran Affairs decided to send me a letter. No. Regions Bank, former AmSouth Bank, sent the letter stating that, unbeknownst to me, it didn't say unbeknownst to me, but it stated that the letter is also on my community wall post, that the Department of Veteran Affairs had found me incompetent. Mind you, I didn't know anything about it. Now, how can the Department of Veteran Affairs go and assign any type of incompetency on a veteran and not tell the veteran? Aren't you supposed to be in a courtroom or something? Aren't you supposed to have legal documentation from a doctor or something? Aren't you supposed to even be informed that anything is like that is going on? The way I found out is they sent me a letter saying, this is what we were told, this is what we're doing, and from now on, we have access and authority over all of your veteran benefits. Good luck with that. I am not the one. There's a reason I'm suspecting why my self-help books are being talked about without being bought. And it could be, it's not no could be, about the issues that I'm addressing within my self-help books towards the types of abuse, physical, mental, social, financial, spiritual, and the individuals involved. And they don't want to get that information to be gotten out beyond the area that they can control. As I was saying before, I have self-help books out. This is not it. I have self-help books out, and I also am supposed to be writing another self-help book, in the process of writing another self-help book. And I will not be doing that, not because of writer's block, but because of what I just mentioned. I haven't had any sales for my self-help book yet. They're being talked about. And I've been shown how people are using my intellectual property just like they have been using all aspects of my life through all these years towards benefiting themselves and their own gain. So I'm not writing another book until I get that issue addressed with the individuals who are already taking my intellectual property and using those aspects for themselves. And I have to see how they're doing it and how they're being allowed to do it. Now these are the receipts from all the letters that I just said, addressed to all the different places that I sent the letters. The receipts here. Requesting also requesting the security camera footage, video footage of places that I've been here where I've had incidents of covert gang stalking and harassment, intimidation. More receipts. And I've already sent a request to the Nigerian embassy concerning the divorce letter and complaint letter, and also the summons. I've also sent that. These are the summons. Well, this is not all of them. All of this is all of them. So I had to send you people the summons. And I had to have a copy. So when you people beings, what to call you? When you receive, if you receive it, if you don't receive it, I sent it as far as confirmation. So once you get it, I get the confirmation. These little things got to be submitted back to the courthouse. And I have to put the date that you guys receive it. So that's what we're waiting for. That's what we're doing. The first wave of it. Because like I said, I could only do so much. I still don't have your employee rosters. I got some of them. What I could keep during all these years. What I got my hands on. Or what I could. But some of you, I don't have your names yet. Notice I said yet. Meaning I'm coming after you like you came after me. You did these things in a click. And then you hack the phones, you hack the computer. And you direct everything to your circle. So even if I do make a complaint, even if I do send a letter, even if we do have a Zoom, it's all you. It's all your little group. It's still in your little nice controlled group of individuals where you can contain the information and make sure that only your inside knows about what's going on. While I'm thinking I'm actually talking to somebody that is on the outside. No, I'm still talking to your little group. So we're not doing no more Zooms. We're not having no more private phone calls where y'all can play on the phone and giggle and laugh and put me on the speaker so all your little group can sit there at the table and have a good old time at my expense. We're not doing that no more. I'll see you people in court. And your employees, the employees that you hire, right, that will sit and condone and excuse certain behavior just because it's their friend, just because we've been working for so many 30 years or something and never had a, oh, okay, so I'm still the problem. From what I'm being told and what I'm finding out as far as how this gang stalking is conducted, is done, and how it is allowed to proceed as long as it has, is y'all do everything covertly. Meaning that even if anyone does make a complaint, does have any issues, you quiet it down, you keep it inside or it goes to certain individuals who are already doing what they're told to do anyway. And then for those who didn't have a voice at all, they wasn't much of a problem. Y'all got rid of them just like that. Because if you're taking away the education, you're taking away the social, meaning the familiar units, or if the familiar units are in on it too, there goes that. The financial, the social, the educational, and you work on destroying them spiritually, physically, their health is going to decline. The mental clarity is going to decline. Their anxiety levels, their stress are going to increase because every aspect of their life is being destroyed. And if you take away their finances, they can't see you in court. They can barely pay any of their bills, especially if you offer a program like they did during COVID-19. And then have the individual, after the program ends, if they can't do their mortgage, then when they're able to pay their mortgage, they find out, oh, okay, well, during all that time when you didn't pay that mortgage, if you don't pay all the back pay, then you lose your home. So if you can't pay all the back pay, well, here's another program for you. We have to see that you can pay this certain amount for this certain amount of time in order to get into this program. And when you agree to that, even though it's twice as much as your mortgage was prior to COVID-19, you don't have the money to pay for the 4 years that you didn't pay the mortgage during COVID-19. So you go into this program because you say, well, I can't afford that. So can I get into a program where I'm not going to lose my home and then make the mortgage payments? Okay. So we're going to double the payments, double the amount of the mortgage. And if we see that you can make those payments, then you can get into the program. You won't lose your home. You can still have your home and you'll be able to get into the program so you can keep your home. But what they don't tell you is even after you get into that program and you're thinking, oh, okay, well, after I show them that I can pay the mortgage and not lose the home, and I only have to make up for a certain amount because this is what I was told, that I was in debt and I can't pay that debt. So since I can't pay all that debt, then I'll go into the program. But what they don't tell you is it's not that debt that you got to pay back now. The debt that you missed since you wasn't paying monthly payments during COVID-19 and you missed those payments. So those accumulated. No, that's not the debt you got to pay back now. Now you're stuck at that double mortgage payment for the duration, for the duration, for the duration of the loan existence. Where'd they do that at? How did it go from COVID-19 deferred because you're not able to pay. Then after COVID-19 is over, okay, then all the payments that you missed during those years, you either pay it or you lose your home. Or you can get into this program where we're going to double the payment, double the amount of the mortgage, but you get to keep your home. And you're thinking all you have to do is pay off the amount that you didn't pay during that COVID-19. No, they want you to make double payments, the duration of like a 30-year loan. Like I said, Penny Mac, if we don't get this issue resolved when we go to court, we're coming back again with predatory lending. That's what we're going to do. And for the rest of you that I sent summons to, and those of you that didn't get one, it's because financial reasons. I didn't have the money for individual court for each and every one of you. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to still get your name and compile it like I did this time and then summon you for what you did, for what you were involved in. Because I also said, I don't have all of your names. I have some of your names. And then I don't even have your last name. I couldn't even put your last name because I didn't know it. I didn't have the roster. So don't think that just because you didn't get one this time, that you're not going to get one. That's not how this is going to go. That's not how I work. That's how maybe you thought I worked. Because apparently what I'm getting, you people had a different impression of who the hell you were dealing with. That's on you. How long have I been doing this? $99.29. I don't know what that is. As for those in Nigeria, the ones with my ex-husband, if you think I don't know about you, yes, I know about you. I've been knowing about you. I've been knowing about you. That's why he's ex. Because he had the same impression about me like the rest of these individuals over here that I sent the summons to. So now he's over there with them. But yeah, I knew about you. Like I said, I didn't have the employee roster, so I couldn't put your individual names on the summons at certain places that I worked. and my co-workers that were involved. The names I had, you received a summons. The names I haven't had, put in place accordingly. You will know when I find out when you see it in the mail. The person that I sold my Disney vacation timeshare to, the people that I rented my condo to, you didn't receive a summons yet. I want to say this again. Just because I haven't gotten to you yet is because I haven't gotten to you yet. I suggest you read my post on my community wall. Just because I don't, I'm working on it. I'm working on how to do this YouTube, how to do the TikTok, how to do a lot of things. And you people are very glad that I am isolated and doing it on my own, because that gives you more time. While you're thinking about that, think about this too. You know those ancestors that y'all like talking about? I'm going to be one of them. Right now I'm here and I'm doing all this. But I'm going to be on the other side one day. So don't think you done got through with anything. Some of you won't understand what I put on my community wall. As I reference what was going on here, what was going on in Nigeria, and what's going on here in the USA. Some of you won't understand the references. But the individuals that are connected to what was going on with me and my ex-husband there, those are the issues that are being brought forth now, where it's making itself evident enough for me to put them on my community wall. And I will try to explain where the aggression is coming from, or the tactics they are using, because they are watching my TikTok, and from my TikTok they are making their own videos referencing what I put on TikTok or what I put on Instagram or what I put on my YouTube channel, and they're placing it back up there. And I know that it's connected with the issues that I'm having with my past marriage to him. And it has everything to do with what was happening in Nigeria when I was there, in the areas that we went to. And it's difficult to explain. if you haven't been there. But from the conversations that I had with him, and from the commentary and the posts and the videos that were being done while I was there with him, I know there's individuals here that was also speaking with him there or had some sort of connection to him or to me there. Y'all were receiving information some kind of way about what was going on there in Nigeria. It's very obvious. And they will explain all the times when I had packages delivered to my house here that were intentionally damaged in such a way that it was obvious someone either stepped on the package or broke open the package, or the package is okay, but inside the items are all torn up or something like that. And I will say again, I had a email, a Yahoo email. That's when it was AOL. A Yahoo email for like over 10 years. I had the same email, same email. But when I got to this house, everything started to go. Either hacked my email and I could no longer access it. I had to create an entirely new email from one that I've had almost 10 years. I mentioned that on my community wall. Like I said, I got this in 2014. From 2014. And I was had my condo before I moved back here to Tennessee. So while I was here, I was going back and forth, 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 until I sold that condo that I had in Illinois. So to the person who bought the condo, to the person I rented the condo out to the DVC, they have told they have told and shown me how all of you people are connected. And I was never the wiser of what was going on and being done to me. And the reason why. Because if you'll continue to read my community wall posts, you will see that during one of the times there, as I was going through the issues that I was having, at the military base, those people, let me correct that, the owner of the condo properties was it the owner of the condo properties or was it the other individual? One of them called the police on me. One of them called the police on me. And they thought it was funny. And that was after something else occurred while I was there at that condo. I think I was putting all of that. Also, I was trying to post on the community wall as everything that was happening or being done throughout the years. It's been a long time. And it's been a long time. And I am not as young as I used to be. And I've been used as a freaking physical punching bag for some. So I know that I have received damages from that too. So what I can recollect, what I can recall, I will work with that. But I will say this. If what I'm being told is not no if, it is the truth. There's a reason why. If there's levels to this, there's a reason why I am on the tarot card level. And the reason why I'm saying it's a level, because from what some of you say when you're doing your readings, you also provide a little information about yourselves. And the information that you have provided about yourself, they have shown me of how it's connected to this particular level, because your stories are so similar as to mine. Your stories are so similar. And it makes you wonder, how is it that so many that have found themselves to do tarot are also talking about their bouts with homelessness, their bouts with addictions, their bouts with legal issues, having prior professions but now doing tarot. And then I was shown how and to who in my family those characteristics and attributes are associated with. I posted photos of myself online. And as I look at the photos that I have posted online, it's still a different person. No matter how recent the photos are, the individual is still different. The individual is still different from the individual that experienced the experiences that I'm speaking of. It's just like when I look at my photo of what I took in the military all those many years ago at my first duty station. That is an individual that saw life as life and not as a person that has been targeted the whole life. I don't know if I'm making sense with that explanation. It hits different when you find out that your whole life has been controlled and targeted by individuals that never liked you, that never wanted you to succeed, that never wanted you to have anything, that only wanted you around from what they can get out of you. It hits different to know that there's people in your own family that would look at you and say that I'm going to use you too. You have no idea what they're talking about because you're sick during that time from having breakdown after breakdown, after nervous 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 breakdown. But yet you're still trying to do for family members that couldn't give two shits about you. It hits different. It hits different to think that you are trying to progress in life, to be successful, because that's what you're told that is what you can do. But yet you find out that no, you are actually being positioned at certain places because somebody else was ciphering your energy from the things that you wanted to do in life so they can take that away from you for themselves. And you are going through the world, through life, wondering what is going on? Why is this happening? And you're experiencing frustration after frustration, not knowing that someone has orchestrated this from when you were a child, that is what they wanted you to go through so they can get your aspirations, get your success, take your dreams for their own. And you're just thinking that you're just finding people in life that had issues with you, had problems with you. Groups of these people now. And you just didn't know. Why? It hits different. It makes you look at things a little bit different. And it also makes you wonder throughout the years who was smiling in your face in your family, knowing good God darn well that they knew what was being done to you and never told you. It makes you think. Well, at least it makes me think. I am going to end this here with think I think I've talked long enough. It is after 10. So I spoke a little bit about the topics, the posts that I put on my community wall, the summons that I put out, the reasons why I'm not answering your phones, I'm not playing your games, I'm not going to be talking to someone who's saying that they are from the Inspector General's office and it's some person that's probably a secretary or some BS like that, or not even from the Inspector General office, or just playing on the phone just like they played on the Zoom. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing is this. You have my email. You have my mailing address, my home address here. You want to get in touch with me? Get in touch with me that way. Have it documented, have it in writing. And we'll go from there. Even if I do make the call, there's no telling who is picking up on the other end. I done been through it too many times. Y'all have laughed in my face too many times. I'm not going through that. I don't care about that you have a doctor's appointment. I don't care about your damn lunch or what the fuck you're eating. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I did. Because that's what you put me through when you're supposed to be doing a job interview. And then you laugh about it. And then I don't get the job. See me face to face or see me in court. So, I'm in this. You guys have a good night.